Alright, so my latest addition, I've got a Speedhut 8 grand tachometer installed. Got that done yesterday. I went with the yellow, and Speedhut is really nice because they're really shallow. I mean, there isn't, the depth on it is very small, which is great. When you look at other tachometers, they're kind of like old tube TVs where they're really deep. And as you can see, in relation to the dash, that wouldn't work too well. So this works out really nice. This is a 4.5 inch. On Speedhut, you're able to customize it to whatever you want, colors, down to the font type that you want. You can choose the color of the needle. You can choose the center black pivot and where the needle is. You know, you can have that where the needle kind of travels through it. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do with it. Also, you may notice that I chose one that has blinkers and also a high beam light right there. So eventually what I'm going to do is, where you see where the speedo is, right? I'm going to redo the whole dash, solid aluminum all the way across. And then I'm going to put the tachometer right in the middle and replace that speedo. And then on each side of the tack, I'll have gauges stacked up vertically. So it'll be 2 gauges on each side with a tack in the middle. And I'm not going to use yellow for the other gauges. That will be white. And then, of course, for the rest of the dash, it'll be all aluminum, and then put various other gauges, switches, etc. But that'll be in the future. I'll go ahead and start it up. I've adjusted the tachometer to shift at 5 grand. I've been out testing it, and it seems to be pretty good. But the nice thing about this is you can make adjustments as needed. All right, let me start her up.